Hi. And now we're concluding Pope Francis's The Joy of Love, chapter 9, by looking at what is it in us that we desire most out of marriage. What we want is what we won't really fully find, until we get to heaven. You see, we are annoyed at the imperfections of our spouses and family members because inherently we've been given a sense of what heaven is like. God placed that within us, and we have a desire for the perfect because God is perfect and He made us to desire Him. But more than that, when we die and go to heaven, we live in that perfection, that fullness of love. And God has given us a desire for that, so that we are motivated to do whatever it takes to overcome the sins of this world, the attachments of this world, so that we do go to heaven, so that we embrace the spiritual life and embrace Jesus and His journey to heaven. But this also makes us get impatient and frustrated with the imperfections we encounter in this world. So in paragraph 325, Pope Francis says that the vocation of marriage is a never-ending vocation born of the full communion of the Trinity, the profound unity between Christ and His church, the loving community which is the Holy Family of Nazareth, and the pure fraternity existing among the saints of heaven. Let me go over that again in a more succinct way so that you really grasp what's being said here. The vocation of marriage is a never-ending vocation that's comes from the pure fraternity, the pure love, the pure community love that's existing among the saints in heaven. Our contemplation of the fulfillment which we have yet to attain also allows us to see in proper perspective the historical journey which we make as families. And in this way to stop demanding of our interpersonal relationships a perfection, a purity of intentions, and a consistency which we will only encounter in the kingdom to come. Because, as Pope Francis is reminding us, the imperfections we encounter in each other, in our marriage, in our families, in the world, are a reminder of what we are aiming for in heaven. What is frustrating about somebody else is a reminder to us that we are called to be saints, and we have to stop being an irritation to others. We have to work on that. But we need to keep our eyes on the goal. The journey of marriage and family life is a journey towards the goal of the perfection that we will only encounter in heaven. He goes on to say that this also keeps us from judging harshly those who live in situations of frailty. In other words, wherever we are vulnerable to sin, to temptation, wherever our spouse and other family members are vulnerable, this is where we have frailty, and this is where we need Christ. And this is where we need to look past the frailties in others to Christ, so that we don't embrace and love their sins. We embrace and love Jesus, who is in them even when they sin. This is key to making marriage and family life work. Realizing that our goal is to look past the present into the future that is heaven, and to look past the person's frailties to see Jesus. And as I always like to say, remember, keep your eyes on Jesus. And when you have to look at somebody else, see them through His eyes. All of us, Pope Francis says, are called to keep striving towards something greater than ourselves and our families. So, let us keep walking together. What we have been promised is greater than we can imagine. May we never lose heart because of our limitations, or ever stop seeking that fullness of love and communion which God holds out before us. Yes, we seek it, that fullness of love in our families, in our marriages. That's what God has given us to experience His love through. But we don't stop there. We don't stop at what is wrong, what is imperfect. We move beyond it because we are on a journey to heaven. May your journey to heaven, through family life, through community life, through your life in the Holy Spirit, lead you to places, to experiences, to love that's beyond what you can imagine right now.